refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. As you can see, we got the full panel here today. We just had an NBA draft. My man Dave, he went live during the draft, so kudos to him. Shout out to everybody who tuned into that. But we had a 2025 NBA draft, and all of our teams were involved in the draft. And we got some things to talk about. We're going to talk about a lot of these teams that drafted. We're going to get some grades, and we got a special guest coming on. But before I bring out the special guest and let you know the house rules of the show, I got two of my bros with me. I got Davey Dollar sitting right in the middle. Miami Heat could have had a higher pick, but they were too good enough, like the Steelers, aka Steelers. They were too good enough to win in the play-in. They won the play-in, got into the playoffs. Guess what? But ended up getting a later pick, which is crazy. All right, I know Dave was sick about that. And then Tomo, Walter Clayton Jr. was in D.C., and then he made a left and went somewhere else and went to Utah. I know, I was sad. I was sad for you, bro. I was sad for you. And then the Kings, I'm like, we ain't got a first-round pick. I look up, we traded for a first-round pick. You know, shout out to us. But how y'all doing, fellas?
I ain't sad. I wasn't sad. But I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm gonna let
Joe, it never fails that you find a way to take a shot at somebody's team. It never fails. Never fails. But I wasn't I'm not gonna lie. I was a little distraught at first when I saw that the Wizards had drafted Walter Clayton Jr. and then I saw he got traded to Utah. I was like, wow. So they drafted him and didn't even keep him. Like, wow. What was the point? But it was all good. I got more into who we picked, so I'm fine with who we picked and everything. So definitely was good with that. All I gotta say is, y'all, if you're gonna do a show for 3 hours, make sure you got some coffee, something beside you. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure you got some coffee, something beside you, because your boy was out once I ended the show. Telling y'all that right now. But I appreciate everyone that tuned in. I think I had like 32 people watching while I was live. So I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Appreciate your support. You know, Joe was in the comments, Kev was in the comments, Joe, Tomo. So I appreciate everybody that tuned in. So now we got the draft recap today. So it's gonna be an exciting show. How y'all fellas doing, man?
Hold up.
See, that's how I know you took a Pat Riley after the show, because he said you need some coffee, but really you just need to.
Me up. There you go. Up. Good week. See, Tyler, that's why you my boy. That's why we know you, bro. Because you knew I slipped a little bit. It was like I forgot a little bit. I forgot a little something. But Jody, do your thing.
Look, I got you. I'm not a puppet. I'm a real. So you sound like. All right, we are streaming this on 4 different platforms: YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch. So make sure y'all like the video on whatever platform you're watching this episode on. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can see it on the left side of the screen. You can follow us almost everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports, but on X and Twitch at R2L Sports. And share this episode with somebody, anybody so they could come on and watch the show live with you, because you could be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my bro J Mo, yes sir, with the fire emojis. Tomo voice was too high when he said, I ain't said. I ain't said. He was. But kick back, relax, and last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, well, yeah, you bring him up. Tomo, floor is yours.
Well, I mean, we talking about the NBA draft. So what the draft means, kids are coming from college. We're not talking about, the NIL deals and hitting the transfer portal, which I still am in. And we're going to talk about that later in our HOA meeting call. But I gave it away who's going to actually come up here. Why not have CTC's own Carl come up here and help us dissect and give our draft grades? Carl, how you feeling? Oh, they brought him up. Bring him back. Just like that. And he's on mute. You are muted. Yes, sir. So muted.
Joe muted me. It said the host has muted your mic.
Oh, that was me.
I forgot. Oh,
that was me.
See, he set me up. This has to be because of the comment I made before the show started.
What comment? Don't worry about that. Hey, Carl, how you doing?
I remember it.
I exactly remember what you were saying. We don't want to hear about that. We want to hear about these draft grades, because draft night was electric. If you was tuned into Dave's Doghouse, because he was giving a draft grade. Well, he was giving the draft announcements 20 minutes before ESPN, NBA TV. So I was hoping you all would tune in and make sure you got that coverage. Because people was asking me, how did I know that we got Trey Johnson 30 minutes before they even got the Bleacher Report? And I was like, Dave, how you gonna ask me a question and you know why I got the source? Pop in.
NBA Insider Dave.
There we go. You see that? They gotta tap in. So now, after we tapped in with Dave, now we're gonna lock in with Carl to see what these grades are, because one team was granted and awarded the number one pick. So with that being said,
both were a shot on the low.
It was. I'm still hurt about that. Now that one I'm sad.
He was granted the number one pick. Yes, he were.
There you go, man. They captured the flag, the Dallas Mavericks. We're gonna say
they were given the flag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, if you've been under a rock somewhere sports-wise and you don't know who went number one in the 2025 NBA draft, it was Cooper Flag, Duke's own. So we're going to start off with CTC. Carl, how you feel about this Mavericks pick? What's your grade?
No, I'm not playing. It was an A+. I teased with doing this stuff. Like, who said I said I was going to get a Mavericks a good grade? It was A+. I mean, what more can I say? A guy that can do it all. Score, rebound. He led Duke in everything. He led Duke in scoring, assists, rebounds, steals, and I even think blocks. So, like, Cooper Flag does it all. He plays tough defense. He can score. Now, what I will say, in that clutch, however, it was a little iffy. I'll say that. But I think as time goes on, that'll clean things up. But man, excellent pick. Obviously the number one overall pick for a reason. Now, me personally, I thought it would be between him and Dylan Harper. But when Dallas somehow miraculously was just handed the number one overall pick, it obviously made sense to go after Cooper Flag when you have Kyrie, who's not going to be back next year, but he will be back the following year. And then Cooper Flag can do a lot of point forward stuff. He can bring the ball up, things like that. So A+ on Cooper Flag, can do it all.
Joe?
Yeah, I think the Mavs are my biggest winner. They're my biggest winner of the draft. Because I know when we pick biggest winner, you look at who made the most good moves. But they made the best pick, Cooper Flag. And they got a ready-made team. That's what I like about the situation. You don't really see this a lot in the NBA with the first overall pick. You got people like D Rose, who they were the 15th overall pick projected, but they jumped to the first, right? And you got like Magic Johnson. He got drafted to the Lakers that were already good. James Worthy. It's crazy. Both of them got drafted and they already was made. Larry Bird. So Hakeem Olajuwon. So I got a question for the panel though. All right. Kyrie Irving said that he's fighting to be back in January.
Yeah, January, February is what I heard.
He's coming off a
So
torn ACL, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
He's also
oh, yeah,
like
Duncan too, right?
33, I think.
Yeah,
Pushing.
34. Yeah, he's 33 going on 34.
Tough.
Now,
That is tough.
I say February. Too March. Say February. Do y'all think that with the team they already have, they have size? You know, they got Anthony Davis. Let's say fully healthy going into the playoffs with a 4-year Cooper flag. Do y'all think they could be a contender?
I think if they have Kyrie back and AD isn't out and Lively is playing.
Fully healthy.
Oh yeah. I think they could be a
Yeah,
contender.
no,
Yeah, I think
I wouldn't see. I wouldn't say no to that.
Dave thinking who you
I'm just looking at the entire landscape of the team. But I think just the four bigs alone make them good enough. I mean, you got Cooper Flag, you got Anthony Davis, you got Derek Lively, you got Daniel Gafford, and you got
But
PJ Washington. So technically, all five of them. So I think with them, that's enough because that's all defenders right there. And one thing that their GM said, that's why they traded away Luca because they wanted to focus on defense. And the smart move would have been to draft a guy who played both sides of the floor, offense and defense, and Cooper Flag, and that's what you got. We're going to see him play some point guard and in the summer league when they go up against the Lakers and in the summer league. So he's going to play some point forward pretty much. I think you still got Klay Thompson, you still got Hardy, and what's the other guard that they have that
you talking about Brandon Williams.
Yeah, you got Brandon Williams as well. I think this
I
is
think that's going to get reduced.
I think this team is good enough to contend as if Kyrie comes back healthy and everyone else is still healthy, fully healthy. Yeah, I think this is a team that could contend in the West for sure.
Don't forget about the
Najee Marshall.
Yeah.
Najee Marshall too, and what's the Maxi Christie, Max Christie.
Christie, my boy. Shout out them Spartans.
So
Nice.
Dante Exum.
Throwing out names.
Rolado pick at one.
But they got a strong five and a strong bench. Like they got depth on the team, so I think they can compete for sure.
Yeah, and release the pressure off him too.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask this question back to you, Joe.
Okay.
What made you ask that?
Because when I look at the West, first of all, the East is already banged up. All right. And then I look at the West, obviously the team that beats OKC, you got Minnesota, and now you got Houston, right? But let's take Houston out. Minnesota and OKC. One thing those two teams have is size. And the Mavericks, they have size. And then when you watch the Mavericks in the regular season, they handle OKC. Like they have a winning record against OKC in the regular season. They had trouble against the Mavericks. So I think they could with Cooper Flag going through his rookie year, and he's not going to be the guy depending on 99 out, especially if Kyrie come back healthy. So, and he's an elite defender.
No, I just wanted to see where you got that from because you're talking about the West. You're gonna stay out West. They got better too. They went and got Fox. They got the reigning rookie of the year. Y'all know how I feel about that. But they also 2 rookies of the year. Come on now. Yeah. Wemby, Castle. And you go get second pick in the draft. We'll add Dylan Harper from Rutgers. Like Carl. If the Mavs got an A+, the Spurs got to have a what?
I gave him an A-. I did. I love Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper was my favorite player in the draft. I loved him at Rutgers. He's a guard who can control the pace of the game. You can't speed him up. You can't. Like, he's just gonna play at his pace. He's gonna play his game no matter what. He loves to get his team involved. I think I don't know the guy personally, but to me, from what I see, it looks like he would rather get his teammates involved than score, as opposed to just give me the ball, I'm gonna score all the time now. And he's gonna play defense too. He is going to play on-ball defense, i.e., father being Ron Harper. Shout out Ron Harper Jr. on the Pistons. But I love the pick. And then Carter Bryant at pick 14. Love the pick there. He can shoot the lights out of the ball from Arizona. He can score. He can attack the basket. But the reason why I went A- is because of the confusion of the point guard situation. You draft him at 2, so you expect him to play. I don't know what rotations they're gonna have with Fox, Castle, and Harper. So that's why I didn't give it an AA plus. I thought they may go in a different direction, but again, it's the number 2 pick. You go best available, and Dylan Harper was clearly best available. But I'm interested to see how they get him on the floor when you do, like you say, have a Fox and you have the reigning rookie of the year and Stephon Castle, who he is a dog. He's gonna give you. He's playing defense and he's gonna bring you that energy. So I gave it an A minus.
Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with Carl. I didn't think about the guard, the point of him being a guard though, because yeah, they do got Castle and they got Fox. I mean, CP3 is now a free agent, so we'll see where he goes. I'm hearing that he might go to. I'm hearing he might go to Dallas. So I don't know for I don't know for sure if that's the case, but Castle won the 3.
I don't know about that one.
They still got
but no, that's
Vessel, right?
Yeah, Vassal's at 3.
Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson.
He's been on
Vassell, Keldon Johnson.
He's been in trade talks.
Yeah, but those trade talks were more so surrounded around KD. I don't think they're gonna just move him now.
Cause he bigger than I think he's bigger than Vessel.
Yeah.
Said Stephen Cosby.
I don't. If you move Stephon Castle to the 3, that's kind of like for me moving Tyreek Evans to the 3. I don't.
Oh man, I mean, nah, he's not like
he's not as he's a better point guard. Yeah,
they put him out of position.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I feel you. So what they gonna do then?
That's why I said I'm interested to see.
Put Vassell off the bench.
I could
see that they did that with Keldon Johnson.
Yeah, they should put him on the bench.
Is Vic gonna be back?
Huh?
Who?
Vic all good, right? Wemby?
He good.
He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back on time. But here's my thing though, because I'm with you with the 3 guard thing, right? So like they traded for De'Aaron Fox, so he ain't going nowhere. They gave up assets to get him.
Mm-hmm.
You draft Dylan Harper's what 6'5", 6'6", right?
6'4".
6'4",
6'5".
Yeah, he like D-Wade. He's like D-Wade height for real.
Over here it's saying 6'6".
It's no way.
6'6",
I saw 6'4".
On ESPN it says he's 6'6", 215 pounds.
I saw 6. I mean, whatever.
But does he play like a 6'6" person? Like
he plays, but his game, like he plays the point. Like he plays the point. You talking about Dylan Harper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays like a point guard, bro. Like he like me and Javon like compared him to Cade. Like he just runs that point.
He needs a ball in his hands and he playing with Fox. I don't get it.
Especially, and ESPN said this, and I didn't disagree. Like he has to work on being a spot up shooter. So like he would want the ball in his hand.
See, this is a future pick.
Yeah,
but
it gotta be.
But still, like,
but it's too soon. If it's a future pick, doesn't that mean that it's too soon? Because you just traded for Fox. Fox not old.
Yeah.
I think this was the best available pick.
Yeah.
No, man. I mean, Carl. Let me ask you this: what do you think would have been a better fit, though?
And all right. So I thought about that too, because I know Dylan Harper is really good. I didn't want him to drop, but like if the Spurs passed on Dylan Harper, right? Let's just say he passed. Philly got Tyrese Maxey. Do you move him off the ball? I mean,
no. Sorry to cut you off.
Spurs.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. I'm not saying what's the best fit for Dylan Harper. Who the Spurs could have picked would have been the best fit for them.
I like VJ Edgecombe to the Spurs. I like Con Knippel to the Spurs. I like one of them 2 players because those are guys that can shoot the ball, don't necessarily need it, and they're good wing players. And VJ, he's going to bring intensity game in, game out, and he's going to play defense. So I like either one of them there. But like I said, man, I think Dylan was just the best available pick.
Yeah. And I'm with Javon, too. Like, you put Castle, see, having Wemby on the floor, he covers a lot of ground.
Mm-hmm.
Of the size you don't have. So,
yeah, because Wemby can guard the post and guard the perimeter.
My issue ain't defensively with that lineup. My issue is offensively with Castle at the 3.
Man, this coach got hands full.
I think it's what you all said. I think they were fielding phone calls and seeing who was going to give up the best offer for the 2 pick, and they didn't like what people were offering, and they was like, you know what? Just gotta take them, and we'll figure it out after that.
They were
It's gonna be
only
Run
they were
DMC
on,
again.
they were only willing to give that up for Giannis. They wasn't
Oh,
giving that
see,
up for
yeah,
nobody
nah.
else.
Doc
They could be
Rivers
like the
won't have that.
Warriors back in the day with the three guard lineup they had. The Warriors. What's his name? Oh my gosh.
You talking about when they had Baron Davis, Jason Richardson?
No,
And,
I'm talking
no.
about back.
You talking about Steph, Clay, and
No, before that, like Jordan.
Oh, you talking about Run TMC?
Run TMC. I said Run DMC. Run TMC.
Tim Hardaway. I think it was Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and Chris Mullin.
Chris Mullin. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dang, you took it back.
Wasn't Mr. Cooper on that team?
Chill out, bro.
All right.
Mr. Cooper.
Need to have a little fun. That's all. But I mean, I agree with the grade just because of what you said, Carl. But I'm really here to see what you guys say. I want to see how nice you're gonna be because you know you are the HOA. You know, don't do me dirty now.
Javon, well, I answered the question. I don't know if you missed it, but you can pull it up. My question with Castle at the three is like I said, what do they do offensively? Because like unless Castle develops as a shooter, he likes to attack the basket, and you got Fox who likes to attack the basket. I mean, Dylan Harper is going to facilitate, but Fox also needs the ball in his hand. So I just don't get what they do with Castle at the three. Like defensively, I'm cool with it because they all going to play defense. And then, like you said, you got Wemby to cover, like if somebody get past them. But offensively, I don't know how that mixes.
No, the Suns had
It was
Eric Bledsoe and the Dragon.
Yeah, and Isaiah Thomas.
Or Dragic.
Yeah, the Dragon. That's my guy.
Yeah, I mess with Dragic too.
That's my dog.
Man, when he was with the Suns, that was my dude.
When he was with
and
the
they lost
Suns,
the Memphis in the last game of the season. Yeah,
you ain't like him when he was with the Heat.
He was with the Suns first though.
I mean, yeah. When he,
he was with the Suns first, but he get more love in Miami.
You know what I'm saying? That's when I started.
That's probably true, but I see why Joe said what he said.
No, I get it too.
Especially a year when they were one game short. They played Memphis in the last game of the season to go to the playoffs, and Memphis won a close game too. It's crazy, but yeah, back to the Wizards.
You see what y'all just did there? That's insane. We would never do that to the Commanders. You see what happened? The Commanders had one good season. Washington get a whole block, but. Put some respect on the name, Joe. Put some respect on the name. Y'all got a new front office, so did we, and they making big moves.
They are.
And one of the moves that they made, you all were talking about it. Jordan Poole got traded, Sadiq Bey got traded in exchange for C.J. McCollum and Kelly Olynyk, and a future second round pick. So a lot of people were saying, "How you feel about the trade?" Same way I feel about this draft. I'm gonna let Carl get his grade, and then I'm gonna answer a little bit more on the Wizards side. So
real quick.
It's Kelly Olynyk, by the way.
It's personal with me, Dave.
I was going to answer that joint too, Joe.
You are? Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, my boy.
We got you. We got you, Vaughn.
We ain't going to skip the Sixers.
Oh, you thought we was going to draft?
Yeah,
No, sir.
We made a little adjustment, my guy.
This is what the pick should have been. That's how we doing this.
We're doing what shoulda. You talking I go first, and then Wizards going second.
But let me see here. Okay, so the Wizards with the 6th pick. So everybody that's tuned in, the Wizards with the 6th pick, they got Trey Johnson, and then they turned around and got Will Riley from Illinois, and then they also got Jamil Watkins from St. John's. So Carl,
Florida State.
There you go. All right, I was off on one. That's all you hit. Keep me in check. What's your grade?
People might kill you in the comment for saying Illinois is Illinois.
I'm black. I put S's on everything. Continue.
Okay, my man got a list. Don't worry about him. So the draft grade I gave the Wizards, and this is because I like the players that they drafted, a B-. Why? They didn't get a bid. That's one reason. 2, y'all got 3 wings after y'all drafted like 3 wings last year. Will Riley, 6'8", he's a wing. Trey Johnson, elite bucket, but he's a wing. Maybe y'all put him at the point. I don't see him at the point. I see him as a 2 guard. And Jamir Watkins, love him as a player. They said the Pistons were looking at him. He's a wing. Y'all have a log jam at the wing when y'all need a big. But I like these players that y'all drafted. I love Trey Johnson. Like I said, elite bucket. Average 19 points a game at Texas. Was the reason why they even went to the first 4. Should have beat Xavier in that first 4 matchup, but lost. Will Riley, MSU killer. He seemed to raise his game every time he played Michigan State. Still lost, but he played well. Well, he would start well. He can get to the basket. He's slippery. Jameer Watkins, guy who plays defense, can score. He's electric. I like him. So I like the players, but again, you didn't get a big, and you could have possibly traded up to get a Ryan Koch-Brenner. You could have maybe people would say this is a stretch, but maybe y'all didn't even. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. I looked at y'all undrafted free agent, and it's not even a big. It's another wing. It's Kaderi Richmond. Well, really a point guard, but still, it's a guard nonetheless. So the fact y'all didn't get a big really made me drop your grade. If y'all got a big, I might have been able to give you an A minus or an A, but you didn't get one, and there were bigs available. Even if you would have got a Euro big that I know nothing about, at least you're trying to address that. Because I'm just naming guys y'all just drafted. Bilal Coulibaly is a wing as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Chris Middleton just got extended. Malcolm Brogdon is still on the team.
He extended. He took out there.
No, Malcolm Brogdon is a free agent. I thought.
No, he said Chris Middleton.
I thought Chris Middleton just got extended.
Yeah, he did.
They extended Chris Middleton?
He either opted in or he got an extension. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the two.
No, he opted in to his pay option.
Yeah, okay. Same thing. He's still going to be in the team next year.
Oh, he will see next year. Yeah, he opted in. I was say, extended Chris Middleton.
Up until the All-Star break. Go ahead.
Maybe, but still, it's just a log jam there, and that's why I have it as a B minus. But I do like the players you drafted yet again, like I did last year. It's just I didn't get a big.
All right, so Carl, you're spot on. The thing that gets me about this team, I mean, and if you're from the DC area, you know you're gonna get some wings from the carryout because that's exactly what they doing. They got about 5 wings and some fries, and that's what with these vets, man. And we're gonna add a little mumbo sauce during free agency, I guess, because I was with you on that. I was like, they're not gonna draft one center, like at least one.
Tomo, I don't mean to cut you. I knew he was gonna flip the wing somehow, some way. I just knew it.
He kept saying it. I was like, some guy shaped.
Hey, I was thinking Buffalo Wild Wings, but y'all playing DC, so
you already know. That's why we put S's on everything. Shout out to Will. But I was really sitting back and I was more so, let me address the trade first. When a lot of people were really confused about why the Wizards made that move. They was like, here go Jordan Poole. He just had a good season, and why would y'all trade him all? And I was like, well, technically, the year he slummed, they was trying to shop him, but he was slumming. So they was like, we gotta wait till he bounced back to get something. And then they went out and got CJ. So now you got Jordan Poole off the books. They chasing free agency. So now you don't have to worry about that. We got some cap space. Kelly, that whole Celtics rivalry, bro, it's still personal. But hey, welcome to the Wizards. That's why I messed your name up on purpose. And I really wanted to see what Sadiq Bey was going to do coming off of the injury. He was here for a whole season, and we really didn't get to see how he played. So I'm not mad at the trade itself. Again, they're trying to build this young core, so they're going to see what happens. And then you roll into draft night. And the talk around town was Ace Bailey wants to be a Wizard. First of all, being a Wizards fan, to hear anybody say they want to come to the Wizards, I don't care if you want to crack your jokes or not, I was happy. I was like, a player that's supposed to be in the top 5, talking about he want to come to the Wizards, let him have his moment. And Utah said, get somebody else to do it because we're going to draft him. And then that's when
him out of spite because he said he ain't want to go to Utah
at all. And then his face in the press conferences was hilarious. So, Joe, if you want to talk about the biggest losers, I'm going to say it's Ace Bailey and his team, but the biggest winners, I'm going to say it's the Wizards because you got one of the best shooters in the draft. Like, regardless of all the smoke that was going around with Ace Bailey and the whole we not getting the number 1 pick, to sit back and watch what Trey Johnson has to offer to this team is going to be great. I was watching interviews with the kid. I was like, man, you sound a little bit like KD. He's like, I just want to hoop. I don't care about none of that. I just want to hoop. I said, finally, we got him.
Boy said, I ain't got no hobbies outside of basketball.
Yeah, that's crazy, basketball. Bro. Get you a hobby.
No. You in DC. Just play basketball.
All right, bro. All right. Not one of those hobbies, but get you a hobby, bro.
Hey, if you want to come and refuse to lose twice a week and that be his hobby, I ain't mad at you, Trey. The floor is there. But
hey, y'all in the comments, not in the comments, y'all in the chats that be like, athletes don't be on podcasts. Y'all better shut y'all mouth if that happen.
Hey, I'm gonna take back everything I ever said. That's all I'm saying. But we do have a log jam in wings. I think. What's up, Cap? I think the Wizards right now are trying to find
Okay.
the perfect, the Wizards right now are building a model of a player that they're looking for, and right now they have the vets to build around a young core. Because another name that you didn't throw out there was Keyshawn George, and he kind of has a similar style as well.
Yeah,
Well,
I said y'all drafted 3 wings last year.
yeah, but
He was one of the 3.
I just wanted to say his name.
Oh,
That's
my
all.
bad. I ain't bring up CJ McCollum either, who y'all traded for.
Hey, see, we know why CJ here too. All these vets that we traded for are
Vets.
going to probably be gone
Yeah,
at,
they
towards the
CJ and
middle of the
Kelly got
season.
one more year with Wizards. 1 year on
But
the
they
contract.
really, yeah, but they really just here to help this team develop. That's all
Yeah,
it is. And
smart
when we
move.
watch this team develop, my grade for real is I'm gonna give it a B plus because of everything that Will Dawkins said about the players that he drafted. Like he talked about when Trey got drafted, the first thing he said was the GM sent him a text message of all of its low lights, and he was like, "Bro, you know what you need to get better at." He was like, "Nah, that stuck with me, so now that's personal." Will talking about when he was in the working out for the team. He was like, "This is one of the most competitive workouts I've had in a while." So that right there lets me know that the culture is different. And the way that everybody wants to brag about the Commanders, give me one more year, and I'm gonna be bragging about that about the Wizards.
I made your way. I say about 2-3, but I'm with you
I,
though.
I give it 2-3, but let me have my years. Let me have my
Yeah.
year right now.
I think the only thing that the Wizards got to do is see what the coach is going to do. Is he going to make a jump this year? Is he going to make a lot of any more adjustments? Are y'all going to look more competitive this year? And if not, if you still look the same, I mean, because if you look at the end of the last year, y'all did seem a little bit more competitive. I think y'all went on a winning streak at the end of last year. Chris Middleton had some good games. Marcus Smart played really good in some of those games. You still got Bub Carrington, of course. You got Alex Sarr. You just drafted Trey Johnson, who like Carl said, elite bucket getter. So you got guys who will come in and get buckets. For me, it's just the coach. What's the coach going to do? I think you're starting to lay the foundations of what the Wizards are going to go towards, putting vets in there, guys that have. And this may not seem like it's important, but you got at least 3 guys on the team now that have at least been to the NBA Finals, and one guy that actually has a championship. So you got some guys in there that got some kind of leadership in the locker room. So it's going to help out.
Hey, Brian Keefe, see our coach? Yeah, I thought y'all let him go.
Nah,
He's still
he
there.
was yeah.
But
He
he
was the new
ain't
coach
signed no
this year.
extension up now, right?
Nah, he's still on his deal. He's still on his first year deal. I mean, but I think it's
He
3 years.
he has a deal?
Yeah,
Yeah, they 2 years. Remember, I think the last offseason they gave him a contract.
yeah,
They did? Oh, I
yeah.
know. But I like what the Wizards did overall, not just the drive. They brought in, they got Chris Middleton, who contract is up this year. They got CJ Kelly and Marcus Smart, all contracts up this year.
Yep.
And that's what y'all did was y'all got this young squad, the guys from last year, the guy got drafted this year. And yeah, like Tomo said, I put these vets around them just to teach them how to be NBA players. Like teach them how, got that veteran experience there, and then they out. And then I think next year, I thought this year y'all would get y'all coach. Commissions last year, because I don't think Brian Key gonna be a long term option.
Mm-mm.
He might be. We can see how he looks with these new players, but
That's why I said what I said.
But yeah, so like Dave said, right? So, but yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
He said, "Yeah, the Wizards just yeah." I want to say one more thing about the coaching thing too. Now that you see that tanking doesn't work, you might as well be competitive. So I'm with you on that one, Dave. Tanking not gonna work. You're not gonna get the number 1 pick if you're trying to tank it. So you might as well be competitive. At least try to get to the play-in, and who knows, you still may get a lottery pick.
I don't think y'all tanked though. Y'all just wanted y'all young core to get late game experience.
Yeah, but some people were looking at it like tanking. This year, they're all in on saying it's a development season. Last year, they were kind of saying what you were saying, Carl, but it was like we want that pick.
No, I feel you. I just watched something. I watched some of y'all games. Whenever March Madness was like starting up, college would miss or whatever. And yeah, like y'all even sat Jordan Poole late in 4th quarters to have the young guys out there like AJ Johnson and stuff like that. So,
do you think, Carl? Do you think Jameer will what's the name like actually make
Jameer Watkins?
Yeah. Do you think he'll actually have a role on this team?
I think he has a good chance of making a roster because he's so good defensively as well. He's a 3-and-D guy. He shoots the ball really well and he can play defense. Now, a role on the team, I would like to say so, but again, there's such a log jam, and I don't know what the coaches are going to do. So
they probably put him on two-way.
I can see that. I can see it two-way.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough because you gotta think we still got Justin Champagny. Also, I don't know what we're gonna do with Corey Kispert. There's a lot of questions about
I forgot about him.
Yeah, there's a lot of players on this team where it's just like they could actually be a part of a trade package somewhere. So it's gonna be tough.
So I think y'all gonna okay, Trey Johnson, right? What would you say his weaknesses are?
I haven't dissected him that much to say if I know a weakness. I'll say this: Trey Johnson does have a tendency at times to take bad shots. I'll say that. He can get shot happy and he can settle. I think that's a weakness of his. No, just like you know how you can get a good shot, but you know how you have a good shot, but you can get a better shot, or like maybe you're forcing a little bit because you might be off a little bit or something like that. But I also think he had free range. Like I think he had like a green light at Texas. Well, I know he had a green light at Texas. I don't think that, but I know he had a green light at Texas. So maybe playing for the Wizards, the green light might be a little yellowish. So maybe he can, that it might help. But I did notice a little bit. He did have a time where he can get shot happy and settle.
I actually like that. The fact that he's aggressive. That's a good sign. And that he can fix. Some people don't fix that bad shot habit, but
I'm gonna tell you like this. I was listening to somebody on YouTube and they was like, well, I want to say his pro comparison was Bradley. I cut the video off so quick. But then I said, wait, let me not do that because Bradley Beal is a good player. He's a good player. I just don't like his attitude off the court. That's all. He's a good player. Bro. So if he is Bradley Beal on the court, Bradley was averaging 30. So if Trey can average 30, I ain't mad at him.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta let it go.
Just don't have that attitude, bro. No, you see the Suns? They feel my pain.
What about
that's Bradley Beal now?
What about
you gotta wait his turn. That's not for if that's for Trey Johnson. Do I think he's generational? That's a crazy no. I don't think he's generational. I don't think that's for Trey Johnson.
That's not for Trey Johnson.
I think that's for the Heat's pick.
Look at the question above it.
Yeah, I think it's for the Heat's pick. That's why I said he gotta wait his turn if it's about him.
Oh, it is.
Actually, no, it's time. It's time.
Still gotta wait.
You go straight to his play.
You're right. And with that being said, Miami Heat. I'm gonna need some help with this name. So I don't know if y'all watching the red corner, but
Yakatunis.
Thank you.
Kasparis Yakatunis.
Thank you, Carl.
Call him
because I was
call him KJ.
I'm about to call him KJ, bro.
There you go.
KJ. That's what we call him in Miami. We call him KJ.
So they call him Illinois, bro. Just KJ.
Illinois.
Or Casper.
No S.
Casper.
Boy, got so many names.
I ain't gonna lie, that one was new to me. I ain't gonna hold you, but I don't know.
Well, y'all heard it from NBA insider Davey himself. The Miami Heat drafted Casper with their 20 pick from Illinois. I got it right. So, Carl, tell us what you know about Casper, and now he's playing with some friendly. Go ahead.
I gave this. You know what? And y'all know I'm a Heat hater. I don't like the Heat. I gave it an A.
Wait, why you hate the Heat?
We used to go back and forth, and you don't remember them 04 to 06 days?
We used to go at it.
Exactly. Oh, you was like 9, bro.
It don't matter. I remember it. But I gave him an A. I did. The main reason I gave him an A is because I got a projected lotto pick at 20. All throughout college basketball, he was projected to go lotto and like easily go lotto. Mm-hmm. They got him at 20, and he's a guy offensively. Dave, who's our point guard? I promise you, I was trying to think of y'all point guard. Could not remember.
Hero. Oh, Davion Mitchell.
That's not their starter. They got him off the bench.
No,
he started in the playoffs.
It was Terry. Terry Rozier was the point guard.
There you go. KJ Yakatunis can run the point. He could run the point, and he's really good in pick and roll. So him and Bam in a pick and roll would be crazy. So I gave it an A. I love the pick of KJ Yakatunis, whatever you want to call him. I love this pick. Really good pick and roll. He can get to the basket. He's actually tough from side to the basket, and he gets to the free throw line a pretty good amount of times. Trust me, as a Spartan, I seen it firsthand. But he's a really good pick, and he can shoot the ball too. I don't remember his 3-point percentage offhand, but I think I remember him shooting better than what his percentage says. But yeah, I really like this pick. Defensively, I think he's going to probably be a little slow. He probably got to be a little bit better defensively. But I love the pick overall, and I think I know he's like what 6'6" to 6'8", but he has point guard ability in him. So.
Yeah, he's 6. I think they list him at 6'6", 6'7", something like that.
Yeah, so he has point guard ability though, and he, like I said, him and Bam in the pick and roll will go crazy. So
I want to say one more thing. I'm going to say this on the last segment. The Wizards didn't get the Big Ten player that they wanted, but they did get a Big Ten player. Go ahead, Dave.
Will Riley, who's the Big Ten player y'all wanted?
Ace.
Oh, that's right. I'm tripping. Records. But no, he's not generational. That's crazy.
I'm glad you answered that, Carl, because now y'all see when I say that some cap. I know you might I know you're my guy, but I gotta say this. Now y'all see why I say some Heat fans are delusional. That's
a crazy word to be.
That's a crazy word to throw around for KJ. Yes, he was a projected lottery pick, but generational is crazy tall. He should have been, if he was generational, he should have been considered at least 1 or 2 overall.
Yeah,
he wouldn't consider
him at 20
overall. Exactly. We would have had no chance to get him at 20. So that's not the generational talk.
Where did Joker get drafted?
They got no cut cards, right?
Like, Joker wasn't considered generational.
I think
he said he feels he can be.
He's not.
I don't see that.
If I'm wrong, I will be wrong. It is what it is, but I feel confident saying he's not generational.
I don't know about generational.
I tried, Cap.
I think he can be a really good or even great player, but generational, no. Generational, no. I like the grade that Carl gave because honestly, I didn't. Joe, you remember the show when we drafted him? I was like, who is this? I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was, but. I did yesterday. I did do some watch some of his games or watch some of his game tapes, some of his highlights and stuff. I do like the way he plays. He is really good in the pick and roll. I think that's not only going to help Bam, that's going to help Khalil Ware as well. So that's going to be a really good 1-2-3 punch with those 3 guys in the pick and roll, and that's also going to help Tyler Hero get open even more. And that'll help him with his shooting and everything. And it depends on what we do with Duncan Robinson. But even we don't, I still like the fact that we still have Pele Larson, who I think if he gets more playing time, he'll help out with the shooting and everything. We got Davion Mitchell still. We gave him an offer sheet. So if someone does try to get him off, and we can match it. So more likely he'll be back in Miami. And I love the way he plays. I wasn't gonna go for an A. I probably was gonna give it like a B+, A-, something like that. But I really do like the pick just because it fits. It fits what we need. We have needed a point guard for a while. We haven't really had like a true. We haven't had a really good point guard. If you think about it, since Tim Hardaway, honestly, because Mario Chalmers was good, but he wasn't like that. He wasn't as good as Tim Hardaway. We had Gary Payton, but that was the end of his career. We had Eddie House, but I mean Eddie House wasn't that. We had Kendrick Nunn. I mean, he only lasted with us for about a season or 2. Then he went to the Lakers and he was forgotten about. Now he overseas. We had Goran Dragic. We had Gabe Vincent. So we've had a plethora of point guards come through, but not a point guard that can do what he does. So I really like the pick for what he did. So that's the thing. And weakness, it would be defense, honestly.
Yeah.
It's
might be a little slow.
Yeah, his defense is what he'll have to work on. And in Miami, it's needed because Tyler Hero is not that good defensively already. We already have Tyler Hero that doesn't play good defense.
Could have stopped that sentence and say not that good.
I knew he was gonna say something. I knew it.
I knew it.
All right, bro. It's not about him. It's not about him.
You're right. I'm a let it slide today. I'm gonna let it slide today. But yeah, I like the pick. I wish we would have got another pick in the draft and we had 2, but I'm cool with what we did.
He shot 31% from 3.
Yeah, but I think he shot better than that 31.
Yeah,
I think he shoots it better. Yeah.
I was actually on the phone with Carl when y'all drafted him, and Carl gave me like an insight of him. But I watched some of the highlights, and from what I see, he looks like a willing passer, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a willing passer, but I don't think he's gonna be out. I don't like because I'm looking at that. I mean, obviously this can change. He got training camp, all that stuff, right? But right now they got him 4th string as point guard at depth chart.
But
yeah, that's look.
Tyler Hero, Davion Mitchell,
That's another reason. That's another reason why I gave it a B plus because I know Spo when it comes to rookies. He don't start them early. He did it with Bam. He did it with Bam. He did it with Tyler Hero. He did it with Duncan Robinson.
You did it with Clear Ware.
Clear Ware. He does it with his rookies. He doesn't play them early. He'll play them at like maybe 5 minutes. Like at the end of the game, it's like, what's the point of drafting him if you're not going to play him? And that was my issue.
But I don't think that should affect your draft grade because of what he does.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm thinking about how he's going to fit, like what he's going to do to help us win, like get better. I don't know how effective he's going to be for him to be drafted where he was because
we can't put that up. Put it down. Curse word.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, remember I can't see the actual comment. Let's click on it.
But yeah, I just for me, I just got to see what Spo gonna do. Is Spo gonna let him play? That's the thing. More than likely, I feel like we're gonna start the season with Davion Mitchell starting at the point. That's what I'm thinking.
As y'all should. But right now they got Tyler Hero at point guard and Davion Mitchell shooting guard. But we all know
that don't make sense to me, bro. I was gonna say something about that.
We all know.
To bruh who did make the comment, we appreciate your comment, but we try to be PG-13. So please, if you would like to remake your comment without the curse word, we would very much appreciate it.
Because we really would like to see what you really mean without the curse word.
Yeah,
he is.
We do have chats though. We have a chat where you can curse your heart out.
Absolutely.
I do think, based on what I saw and what Carl told me, I think it's a good pick at 20. Really good pick at 20.
I agree. I think it's a really good pick.
And with our culture and everything, like the system air exposure runs, he can be really good. And does he remind y'all of no, I'm not gonna say that.
I thought he was froze. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh no. You know, because when y'all drafted Jaime Jaquez, that's his name. Sorry if I mentioned his name wrong. The type of play. I said it right?
Yeah, you did.
Let's get it.
Yeah, Joe. Way better than me. That name.
All right. Whoever in Spo's system, though, he can flourish. You know, I saw it firsthand, Dave, when we played y'all 2 years ago. He cooked us on NBA TV. He was looking like the next MJ.
Oh,
hey,
Jaime.
We appreciate that.
My man,
we appreciate that.
We appreciate you, bro.
I mean, I don't want to reach your name either. Like, it's like I'm like dissing
Smelly
you.
Garage. Which I deal with a lot at work. So.
Man said, look at the picture though. He a Rockets fan. He's mad right now. I feel you, bro. You got KD.
Wait, is that Sam Decker?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's a true Rockets fan to have Sam Decker up there.
He went to Wisconsin, right?
He did. He went. Yeah. They went to the national championship and lost to Duke.
I remember when they had the tall dude. What's his name?
Frank Kaminsky.
Chet looking dude. Yeah, Frank Kaminsky.
Bomb.
You tripping. He was tough. I hated him while he was at Wisconsin, but he was tough.
In the NBA.
He cooked in college. Go look him against Cat.
Bro, he was tough.
I said in the NBA, not college.
I don't even think he was trash in the NBA. I think he just wasn't in the right opportunity.
We think on track, but he cooked Cat in college.
But guess what, Joe?
I remember that.
After all that, guess who's still in the league? That's all he can say. I got y'all. Because, Joe, I know how you feel about the year. You said you're giving them 1 year, so you're going to try to fill some things out and figure out what's going to be next for the team. So the Sacramento Kings went out, and they drafted Nick Clifford. And we talk about second
round pick. Go ahead.
Okay, and second round pick.
Somebody chuckle?
No, I said my boy.
I did because I'm looking at the comment.
Oh, I'm gonna say thanks for this. I'll pick.
No.
I'm like, somebody chuckle.
I'll answer that at my.
If you want to, we can go ahead before you go to the next topic.
It's not really a draft question, but you can answer.
Oh, it's not a draft. Oh, it's about okay.
Yeah, that's why I said I'll wait.
Oh, that would be nice.
Have him
So
untouchable. Yeah, a
they
lot of you
got
untouchable. Go ahead.
they got Neat Clifford, and then they got Maxine. I say
Reynard.
Max Reynard. Now I knew his last name. I was trying to make sure I got his first
It's
name right.
Maxime. Yeah, Maxime
Okay.
Reynard. You was right.
You know that M, man. I don't know what's going on. But Carl, Sacramento Kings lost their star player. They gained 2 players. They about to lose one of their favorite fans. He got the jersey on. What's your grade for the Sacramento Kings?
I gave it a B. Gave it a B. Now, Joe called me about Nick Clifford. I said, man, super athletic wing. You got a good one. He is very athletic, and he's worked on scoring outside of just attacking the cup. He worked on his 3-ball. He averaged 19 points a game last year at Colorado State. Led them to the Mountain West tournament. They were like one of the hotter teams coming into the March Madness. Got upset by Maryland off the Derek Queen shot, but Nick Clifford, absolute athletic specimen. He's going to play defense, and he worked on his guard skills. I think that was a good pickup, but he's going to be on the wing. But that was a great pickup. Maxime Reynard. I like him as a player, but y'all know how the NBA is. I say once you hit your junior year, you can say goodbye to getting drafted high in the NBA. For some reason, they just feel like once you hit your junior, senior years, you're just capped out as far as like development and stuff like that. So I like Maxime Reynard as a player. He averaged 2 blocks a game. He could shoot the 3-ball really well. He's actually a good scorer, and he was one of the only players that averaged 20 and 10 in college. One of the only good players at the University of Stanford. Sorry, Stanford, y'all were trash, but really good player. It's just that he was 22 or 23, I think. So he dropped, and I wasn't surprised he dropped because again, he's an older player, and they just do that to them guys for some reason. Like for example, Dalton Connect last year, he went in the mid first round. If Dalton Connect was a freshman doing what he did at Tennessee, he'd be lotto. But because he was like on his 4th, 5th year in college, he went mid round. So that's why Maxime Reynard dropped. But they got 2 really good older players in Nick Clifford and Maxime Reynard, and that's why I gave him a B.
So RG Young said that we need to get he's looking for more size on the wing, more athleticism
like
and
6'8",
size on the wing.
6'9".
And I went back and watched Neek, right? And I actually watched that whole game, Carl, against Maryland. I rewatched that whole game. And they were actually controlling the whole game, and Maryland came back and won that game. Shout out to Maryland with that one.
It sure was.
You know, but what the vibes I'm feeling of Neek so far, I'm not saying he's exactly the same player, but what he could bring to the table with that is similar to what this guy could bring to us. He's not good of as a shooter as him, but he has a higher motor than him. It's Keegan Murray, a guy who's not a creator of he's not gonna create his own shot. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things gonna be like you said, slashing, open 3. And
he's worked. I'll say that he's worked on shot creation. Like he obviously has more work to do, but he does.
But what I saw of Keegan in college, from what I see him in college, I think he has more of a package. I would say, like, you know what I mean, like
bag.
Just
say
bag. A bag. There you go. A bag, right?
He has a bag.
Yeah.
Some vets don't have a bag. Go ahead.
Oh man, but so I like the fact that he is a good defender, though. But I saw he's a good defender. He's very athletic, like Carl said. Carl told me, as soon as I called Carl, I called him. I said, Carl. He said, I already know why you call. You already know why I'm calling you. He said, you got to trade for a pick, right? I said, yeah, we drafted Neek, and he was like, "Ooh, that's my guy." Like Carl was excited. Like I was like, okay, I was excited with him.
First thing I said was super athletic wing.
You did. First thing he said. So I'm gonna go look at him. Now, Maxime Reynard, what I saw from him, like you said, Carl. First of all, he's 7'1". He has height, you know, but he's very slow. You know, like I feel like he's not quick. He's not as quick, right? But he can shoot and stretch the floor, and he actually has a post game. Like you can actually give him the ball in the post, and he can get a bucket. You know, so now would that translate to the NBA on a consistent basis? I don't know. I mean, but I do like the direction they went in the draft, and I like the fact that they traded next year's 2nd round pick, multiple 2nd round picks to get our 1st round pick this year. I like that. So yeah, you know, I like what I see so far.
Okay. Well, So far, you said you're giving them a year. I like what you're doing.
But the Drescher comment, they're not losing me. I'm gonna bleed.
Yeah, I saw your face when he said that.
Yeah, I'm gonna bleed purple until I die.
We
Look, when
had to go
press it,
through.
just cut my arm a little bit. You're gonna see purple flow out.
Look.
Purple.
You on mute. You on mute, Dave.
Yeah, you on mute.
It's already kind of sort of purple in there before your blood hits.
Royal purple. I'm gonna have a beam. Look, you cut my body open, a beam might shoot out.
I got you, Joe. I got you, Joe. Royal purple when it's flowing through the body, but when it comes out, it's gonna be Commander Burgundy. I'm gonna save you from what you were trying to do because technically we had to hear a whole year of light the beam and cowbells. This is why I said they're gonna lose them because we ain't gotta hear that cowbell for a year.
There you go.
They are losing my morale. I'll tell you that.
There you go. But if they're losing your morale, this team's morale is up. Stay with me, Carl. Detroit.
I gotta flip through my notebook.
He got a whole book for this one. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I gotta get my notebook. So the Detroit Pistons. Take it away, Carl. You can introduce the pick.
Go ahead.
With the 37th pick in the NBA draft, the 2025-2026 NBA champion Detroit Pistons select Chaz Lanier, wing.
That's what I'm talking about, HOA.
University of Tennessee. But all jokes aside, man, I was super amped. But when I found out who we drafted, Dave was right there. I put in the voice memo. It's 3 guys I wanted. I wanted John Tunji, I wanted Kobe Brea, or I wanted Chaz Lanier. And I got Chaz Lanier, a guy who's a 3. He can score anywhere on the floor. A guy who can play defense, because when you play with Rick Barnes at Tennessee, you're going to have to play defense. Yeah. He oh my God, he was one of my favorite players in the SEC. Besides, Colin Murray boys from South Carolina, but that's South Carolina ties. And
Mark Sears
Jr., Mark Sears. Oh my, yeah, but he was right there with all of them. Chaz Lanier averaged 19 points a game at Tennessee. It's a bucket, shot like 40% from 3, which is what I've been asking for, as y'all know, in the sense the Chaz have been created was 3-point shooting for the Pistons, and we add 3-point shooting with Chaz Lanier. 6'6" wing or 6'4" wing or something like that, 6'4" to 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. With a 6'9" wingspan, he's going to bring that same grit to Detroit that we play with. Absolutely A+ pick.
So you think that he's gonna get burned a lot this year?
I think he's gonna get burned a lot. I don't know, but I think he's gonna get burned. Y'all know how I feel about Jaden Ivey. I love Jaden Ivey. I wish there was room for Jaden Ivey, but I've been saying since last season it's time to sell high. I said sell high. Sell when that value is high now. I said it with Bogdanovich. I'm saying Jaden Ivey.
I've seen a lot of mock trades with him being involved in those mock trades to be gone, so he might be on the move. It's possible.
Yeah.
I know one. I know one thing though. When the pick was about to be announced, Carl was telling me, "Here's a Dave. Don't spoil it." You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna just leave the chat.
Came back in with that energy. I was excited.
And now all I said was, "Okay, but you're gonna love the pick."
So let me ask you this, Carl, because you was talking about how you put buckets up. So as far as shooters in the draft, we already talked about Trey going to the Wizards. What would you rank him? Was he be second?
The best shooter was Kobe Brea to me. I like the guy the Pacers selected from Liberty, Taylor Peter. He was a great shooter. Trey Johnson's a good shooter. Chaz Lanier is up there.
But he led the nation in shooting.
Yeah, he led the nation in three-point shots. But Kobe Brea shot like 50% from 3. Like, that's tough to do.
Yeah,
and 70%. And 70% of Kobe Brea's shots with shots made with 3-pointers. So it's tough to pass him. But I would say he's like top 5, top 7 3-point shooter in the draft.
Yeah, he shot 40. He shot 39. 395, basically almost 40.
I rounded to 40. That's 40.
Yeah, but he shot 7.5 threes the year before that and made 44%.
Yeah, that was at North Florida.
That's dope.
Where you got Con at though?
Con up there. Con top 5, top 7 too. He up there.
Oh, so he a 5-year player.
Yeah, he played 4 years at North Florida and 1 at Tennessee. Just like I think Dalton Connect was the same way.
Yeah. They said that. I was reading that. So let me ask you. I was going to ask you this. Okay. Y'all still got Malik Beasley gone, right?
He not
Nope.
gone. We trying to extend him, to be honest.
Y'all
restricted free agent.
They
We
gonna
trying to
keep.
extend him.
Oh, he's a restricted free agent.
That we have to resign. Yeah, we have to resign
You have
him.
to match whoever he signed.
Yeah,
Basically.
Well, not yet. We
they didn't
ain't
give
there
him,
yet.
they didn't give him an offer sheet. If they
Yeah,
give him an
I
offer
know.
sheet, then they have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he's smart, he's gonna sign something.
We both, it's mutual interest to
Oh,
extend
okay.
Malik Beasley.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay. Go ahead, Tomo.
Unless the Nets do something crazy and offer him like almost 100 something million.
HOA, what are we doing?
No, I was talking about how the Wizards and I was talking about Otto Porter. I ain't even worried about Malik Beasley. I'm talking about that whole Otto Porter deal. But anyway,
what are we doing?
my real question is in your intro. Correct me if I'm wrong. You said 2027 NBA Finals.
No, I did not.
What'd you say? You said champions.
He said
2027.
2026. He talking about this year.
Yeah, coming up.
Oh, you said. Oh, I was trying to give you a year. So
No, he didn't say he made finals. He made champions.
I know that's what I'm saying. I wanted to make sure I got the year right.
Bro, I had the Jazz. Like, come on, let's not focus on that. I had the Jazz.
I was just more so asking because Joe kind of alluded to the question, like, is he going to get burned? And so my question is, do you feel like he is one of the missing pieces that can get y'all over the hump? Because y'all made the playoffs. Y'all. I said one of two.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I think for real, a backup 4 is also a backup stretch 4 would be a huge piece. I would love to see as well.
Okay. Just wanted to see.
And honestly, Asar Thompson taking a leap offensively, it would be another big piece. I would love to see.
So okay.
I think he is.
Don't even be mad at that, Dave. Just let it rock.
I think he is going to take that leap because you see what Houston did for his
improved.
brother.
He improved offensively once he figured out his spots within the offense, even within that playoff series.
I like that. I like that proposal.
That's funny. And winner keeps both.
I'm about to say, Dave, just let that rock. Just let that rock, B.
Hey, look, Tom, that's on my car. Like, I ain't finna comment on that one. But look, how is a shot creator?
Oh, he's an excellent shot creator.
He is?
He can score off the dribble. Chaz Lanier, I said in the chat, he's like a 3-level scorer. He can get to the cup, he can score in the mid-range, and he can hit the 3-ball.
Come look at his strength and weaknesses, and it says he may have limitations in creating his own shot.
I don't see how. I ain't see that in Tennessee.
He probably didn't do it as much as they would like to see, but he can create his own shot for sure.
Yeah, I've seen it a ton at Tennessee.
This is why you gotta watch the games yourself.
Yeah, for real. No, because sometimes a scout will be looking for one specific thing and then comparing it to another player, and it's like, well, that's not his game, ain't his game, and that's why some vets only got 2 things in their bag. But we'll talk about that.
Jordan Gainey. Him and Jordan Gainey create their own shots a lot.
But it does say his strengths lie in his shooting, particularly off the dribble and coming off screens.
Yeah.
What the heck kind of description is this?
Exactly.
That's what I said,
exactly. It's his strength, but he got to work on it.
That's why I said I seen it a ton at
He
Tennessee.
may struggle to create for himself against tighter NBA defenses.
Okay, I can see maybe that, but that sounds like something. That sounds like getting adjusted to NBA speed, though.
It did.
I see what you're saying, but
he said NBA defense. I mean, how many teams in the NBA actually play defense for real? You got OKC, you got Indiana. It ain't that many teams that play heavy defense like that. So
to me, it just sounds like he just got to get adjusted to the NBA, which is like every rookie ever. So
I think every NBA team had moments when they look good defensively. It's just about the want to.
Yeah, but not like this final.
Even the Kings had moments where I'm like, we looking great defensively. Now I look at another game, it's like, dang, we can't stop nobody.
I wish I could say the same.
You're not a really good defensive team. You just show effort when, I guess, out of the blue. Once in the blue moon, you show effort, like Luka.
Dang.
But hey, Orlando Magic.
So I think this is a team I can bring up the trade that they did.
Hey, Tomo, you sound like you like underwater.
I do.
Now you good.
Not no more.
All right. So my bad. RBO Vaughn. I don't want to sound underwater when we talking about the Orlando Magic. All right. So they got Jace Richardson.
They are by the beach. So
hey, that's y'all rivalry. That's
They
y'all
actually
rivalry.
not. Orlando is such a
I'm about to say
Florida.
Orlando is not by the waterfront.
That's y'all rivalry. They got a few
Joe,
lakes.
we've been to Orlando multiple times, so we know.
They do got wet world, or what's that? Wet and Wild or something like that.
Okay, no, okay.
It's a water park. It's a
Second
water
round
park,
pick,
bro. It's a
Noah
water
Pender.
park. It's a water park in Orlando. Look it up.
If you were bad, mess it up. Left, do it right. Do it.
Bruh, I don't play them games. I ain't a part of them reindeer games, bro.
This ain't no reindeer game. This ain't no reindeer game. Tell us about.
Tell us about it. No, come on.
No, I said tell us about the draft pick, man.
Hey, all right, we good. We got
See,
all of it out of our system.
It's getting late in the episode, and everybody they being big
let me
kids.
know when we got it out of our system. I talk about.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, so the first pick I would love to talk about is my Spartan, Jace Richardson, son of Jason Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent pick. Love the pick. Once he starting at MSU, his game took off. And I mean both offensively and defensively. I think his first game he started, he dropped 29 against Oregon. So and led the charge, and that's coming back. I was sending some angry text messages to my boy Luke during that game. But yeah, offensively, he took off. I think he has to work on 3-point shooting just a little bit, like consistently making it, because MSU as a whole was not a great 3-point shooting team last year.
Nope.
But he was decent. I think it could be better. He's really good attacking the basket. A lot of the knock on Jace Richardson was that he's undersized as a 2. He's like 6'3", 6'4" as a 2. And he's not the athlete. You said what?
D-Wade was a small guard too.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the athleticism of a D-Wade either. So that's why I think they feel like the fact that he's being undersized is a knock. But I just think, man, you play with Izzo. He put that dog in you, and you can't coach it. I mean, you can't really, you can't discredit that or discount that. The second pick, however, it was a result of a trade. Noah Pender, that's one of the Euro guys, so I really don't know much. But I gave the Magic a B-. I gave him a B- being nice because honestly, they should have traded up and got Ryan Kochbrenner. Javon was complaining about shot blocking and rim protection. That's what Ryan Kochbrenner would have gave you as the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Big East. And he could stretch the floor and shoot the 3-ball. I thought that should have been the pick at 32. So that's part of the reason why I gave it a B-. And I gave it a B-. I like Jace Richardson. If it wasn't for me liking the Jace Richardson pick, I might have gave it a C+. Okay. But mainly because I thought they should have got Ryan Kochbrenner at 32 with that trade instead of the guy they did get.
Yeah, so the actual trade was the Magic traded the number 46 overall, the 57th overall pick, second round in 2026 and the second round in 2027 to move up to 32. So they gave up 4 second-round picks, 2 this year, 1 next year, and 1 a year after, just to move up to the 32nd overall and draft Noah Pender. And we'll talk about what this, because that trade was with the Celtics. So we'll talk about what the Celtics got when we get there.
And I think Orlando is going to be a contender, legit contender this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You go get Desmond Bain and you with Paolo?
Paolo make another leap this year, and the injuries in the East.
Yep, you got
Jalen Suggs come back.
Jalen Suggs and Mo Wagner come back along with Franz and all of them. Yeah,
could have left Mo Wagner out of there.
So they traded all those picks.
He went to Michigan, bro. That's not a Wizard thing.
So they traded all their picks to move up to the 30 what again?
32nd.
Which is basically the second overall pick in the second round.
Yeah. They thought highly of him. But he's a great shooter though, right?
He's a Euro guy. I don't know much about him.
Well, I mean, we're gonna hear much about him.
RBO
Vaughn, because he definitely gonna talk about him. But go ahead, Joe. What was you about to say?
I was talking about Ryan Kochbrenner.
He's an inconsistent 3-point shooter. And also with Jace, God, you talked about him a lot during the season, and he was on a lot of thumbnails. But the thing about him, I see he shot 41%, but he only took 3 a game though from 3. So he don't take a lot of threes.
Nah, we were terrible as a 3-point shooting team, so we really didn't shoot much. It was bad. It was like we might have been like last in the Big 3 in 3-point percentage or something like that.
How is he defensively?
He's a dog.
Okay. So he asked that coach, but now he's shooting.
I think he can work on his shooting. Like you
Yeah.
see it there. It just needs to work a little bit more on it.
Ooh, the Euro Isaac, for what I hear.
Like I said, I don't know nothing. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all and act like I know about the Euro guy. I don't.
Dang. That'd be nice.
I just
about this
thought
next
that should
guy?
have been Ryan Kochbrenner. That's what I thought should have been that pick.
But do you know about this next guy? Only because of time. We got to keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers. The Lakers. Well, we already know what happened with the Lakers. You know, they got
Let's get
Luka.
into it.
We could talk about it, but they drafted. Go ahead. You better with the name. There we go.
Adu Thiero from Arkansas, which
I was about to say a dude.
Adu Thiero, man. Super athletic guy. Super athletic guy. Do not get me wrong. That's just positive. He's super athletic. He got a motor. He can get to the cup, and he's gonna bring intensity defensively. But skill wise, he leaves a lot to be desired. I didn't see the pick. Honestly, I gave it a C+. I mean, a lot of people telling me they need athleticism on the wing, but that's not why y'all lost to the Timberwolves. You lost to the Timberwolves because you have no big man presence. You don't have a big. Did they get a big yet? Not from what I know. Anybody want to correct me on that?
Nope.
Not from what I see.
They are doing their best to find the answer for a center position. That's what Rob Pelinka said earlier today.
I get it. So, see, that's my thing. Like, they traded up to get Adu Thiero. I'm not really a fan of Adu Thiero like that. I love that he's an athlete. I love that he plays the game 100% full force. He's going to give it his all. His motor's crazy. But I think LA going to be complaining about Adu Thiero a lot if he gets a lot of burn because he don't got a jump shot. And if he's not attacking the basket offensively, he's out the game.
It's crazy.
Dang.
Who is this center?
Hold up.
Who we got?
Shout out to the Big O, member for 23 months. Shout out to the network. Welcome back, Tomo. And my Bulls going to make a playoff run this year. Watch, but I give our draft a C+, B-. We got a project player. He's going to be a bucket, and Micah getting paid by the 4th.
Who you think?
I was about to say
that's next Friday.
I was say what Mikey he talking about, but I forgot. Okay,
That's
Michael
Friday.
Paulson. All right, well, Big O, I'm glad you here. You
A
stick
playoff
around. We
run,
gonna.
man?
Hey. My guy got him going to the finals. Let him have his moment.
Can y'all make it out of the play-in first before you say a playoff run?
Can they make it past y'all?
And that is very true.
Y'all keep
I
putting
do be
them out.
ending. Yeah, I do be putting them out.
Why y'all so mean to him, Dave?
Now y'all done started up a whole thing. There's about to be some memes in the chat in just a second. So with that being said, Cardo, we're gonna leave the super chat up for a second. For just a second, because he is a Bulls fan. So with that being said, the Bulls in the first round drafted Noah Essence. And then in the second round, I know, Carl, you can correct the name. It's okay. I don't want
It's a Euro guy, bro. I might be wrong.
All right. And then they got
I think it's Lock-in Olbrich.
we gonna go with that because I was gonna say let's shot. There you go. That's what it is. That's what they did in the second round. They locked them in, and then so what would be your grade?
2 Euro guys I don't know. Gave it a C-. I'm not gonna lie. One's from France, one's from Australia. That's all I know. Good luck to them. But really, if you want to say I gave it incomplete, I gave it incomplete because I don't know them. So they didn't get a guy to college this year. Well, Masters went to Kansas, but didn't play at Kansas. But yeah, they got 2 Euros from overseas. I have no idea who they are, so I gave them a C-.
Who is their GM?
John Paxson, I think.
Oh yeah, John Paxson. Yeah. Okay,
I guess he's trying to get
it for long.
I guess he's trying to get a Tony Kukoc on this team or something like that.
About to have a team full of Tony Kukocs in a minute. Josh Giddey, Euro too.
That sounds like that's all he aiming for.
Well, they filled the calls for him. That's why I add him.
So, quick story before we move on to the next scene. Y'all know Tyler, the Broncos fan, right? He was texting me after we drafted Trey Johnson. He was like, "Hey man, what y'all doing?" I said, "Don't worry about it. Who you want?" And he was like, "He want Asa." I was like, "All right, we gonna see." And right after I said we gonna see, Dave announced the pick. I send him the pick. He like, we pulling the Wizards. I'm like, what you mean? We got a good player. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like just because he's from France don't mean you pulling a Wizard. We got two good France players. I don't know.
Maxime Renard is also from France, by the way, Joe. He was with Wemby. Like he plays chess with Wemby all the time.
Oh, so he be with Bilal then.
Probably.
That's a good look. That's
Okay.
Good look, boy. That's a good look.
Brother.
Now, I don't know how. Who's just gonna say get pressed up? Can't wait till you come back. You know, it was a well-played playoff series. You know, you all made the finals, and on the clock is the Indiana Pacers. And the Pacers in their first pick, they went and got Cam Jones.
Really good pick. It's a really good pick.
Yeah, no, they definitely found a way to bounce back. Again, Tyrese Halliburton, we want a speedy recovery. We all don't know what that game 7 would have looked like without you finishing it. But hey, you all got there. You all made it to 7. Tomo picked 7. I was wrong, but you all got there. Carl, tell us about you. Tell us the grade.
First of all, Cam Jones was one of my favorite players in college. And he worked between 2 years ago with Tyler Kolek running the point to last year running the point with Tyler Kolek gone being on the Knicks. And he did an excellent job running the Marquette offense. A guy who was already in the lead bucket. I mean, since he hopped in college was in the lead bucket. The teams just wanted to know if he could run an NBA offense or run an offense in general. And that's why he came back. And he did a good job at that at Marquette. I love that pick. I think Cam Jones can play now. Like, I think he could find a way to get on the floor for the Pacers now. Now, Talon Peter, he's a shooter from Liberty. Now, I'm not going to lie. I liked Caden Matheny, their point guard from Liberty. Just a pit bull, a dog who can shoot. But he's also 5'11". I knew he wasn't going to go to the league. But Talon Peter, on the other hand, is a 6'4" guard from Liberty who shot 45% from 3 last season. I think they did win the Conference USA conference tournament. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say they did win it because of Matheny, to be honest, him and Peter. But he's a really good shooter, and he's what the Pacers are going to do. They're going to shoot threes. They're going to bomb you from 3. And what a great addition to add than a 45% three-point shooter. Y'all know, Pistons fan, just like the Pacers, gave him an A+. I think they hit really well on their 2 second-round picks.
Great way to bounce back. After losing Tyrese Halliburton too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I gave him an A+ for their draft.
Yeah, I think Cam Jones definitely fits what they do offensively, because they're a shooting team. And he's a really good shooter, so he fits that.
He's been mature too. He's a 4-year player,
so
that's good. And okay, all right, it's good.
All right, and with that being said,
Celtics. Oh, we still going?
We got 2 more.
Yeah, we got the 76ers.
Oh, Sixers, my bad.
Hey, Javon, get him. You said it earlier.
My bad, J-Mo.
So you made them wait, and then you gonna go straight to the locker, man. Man,
my bad.
They gonna jump you. They already. Hey, R2L Day. It wasn't us. We made sure that we talked about the Philadelphia 76ers and the 2 picks. They got VJ.
It's 3 more.
No,
3. Nah, Houston not on it.
Houston don't got a pick.
Oh,
Houston ain't have one.
Yeah,
that's right.
Shout out to the Houston fan in the comments though.
Yeah, shout out to him.
They got VJ, and then they got in the second round they went and got Johnny Broom. Janai. Okay.
Oh, what's the dude?
What's up with these parents? My God, we ain't got no time.
I thought his name was Johnny Broom.
I did too. And then I heard the pronunciation is Janai.
Okay, Janai. That's these new parents. All right. What's your grade?
I gave him I flipped from a B to a C+, but ultimately landed on a B-. VJ Edgecombe was a knockout. Knocked that out of the park. I love VJ Edgecombe. Loved him at Baylor. I also love Rob Wright. I think that he doesn't get a lot of he's a phenomenal freshman last year. But VJ, good shooter, intense, super athlete, is going to play defense, clutch. I think he got a little clutch in him. So I love VJ Edgecombe. The Janai Broom pick, very confused. Now, I guess it says goodbye to Yabusele, but he's an undersized big who doesn't do anything offensively. Like, Janai Broom was a very good college offensive scorer,
Mm.
but I don't see him translating offensively in the NBA unless he get in the gym like crazy this summer or summer's coming up. Defensively, I love him defensively. He's a really good player defensively, but again, he's undersized at 6'9" as a center. So that pick I was a little down on, and that's why I ultimately landed on a B- because of the Janai Broom pick.
Hey, Tomo, you said new parents when whoever his parent is we're newer than them.
That is true.
Facts.
Janai Broom is an older player, but I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, that's facts. That's right.
None of us got high school graduates. I mean, a college graduate.
Pushing 40.
Still new parents. Because look, some people start young.
I like the.
Hey, Jim, it's true though. That's a good question. They got a third pick.
Hey, I didn't make the order, so yeah.
How we got the third? I just wanted to read it after y'all. Hey, look, Namo, all I'm gonna say is I ain't calling out no names, but y'all probably wasn't about to get talked about. That's all I'm saying. We squeezing in time to make sure we get this off now. Somebody said they like the pick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like the VJ Edgecombe pick. Carl, do you think that should scream trade PG now that they got VJ Edgecombe?
Scream it? I mean, they kind of sound like they already screaming it now.
They should do a show about it.
They can't trade them. Who wants to get traded?
Yeah, I'm about to say that contract though. What is it? It was 4-2, 14.
They just gave him one. He got there.
Yeah, 1 year down though, so it's like 3 whatever now. But I mean, yeah, of course they should trade. Well, this is what I think they should do. I think they should give PG and this core an actual year because last year it was riddled with injuries and stuff like that. Give them this year, or at least till All-Star break to see what it looked like. And then make a decision. But you do have VJ Edgecombe, and he's going to get minutes off the bench. So
51 mil with the cap hit?
I know something crazy.
And then 54 next year? Didn't he have a player option? Oh, I'll be doing podcasts too.
No, people bullied him. He had to stop.
So that story was funny though. But go ahead, Joe.
So I'm looking at his strength and weaknesses. It says that first of all, they said he has a competitive mentality.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's very good on defense.
Yep.
But his issue is ball handling and shot selection.
Yeah, he was not a ball handler. It was Rob Wright, the ball handler at Baylor. Shot selection, I can see that. I ain't gonna lie, I can't see that. But he hits tough shots too, though. So sometimes you just gotta live with it.
That's good though. So like that shot selection thing, you feel me? Like I feel like I can get better. And these weaknesses. Yeah, and these weaknesses doesn't mean like it sticks in the rest of their career. You know, it's just a matter of watching them and saying like, are these weaknesses something that
they should focus on?
Like when I saw Josh Giddey, I'm like, okay, if he don't develop a jump shot, he has a hard ceiling. You know what I mean? Like right, so like somebody like Josh Giddey, but I think
and now Josh Giddey a bucket.
I mean, I know he played good at John.
I know he upset.
But yeah, but okay, so
no.
You said who?
What?
Upset?
You just trade in, y'all go win the finals?
He was a part of the reason. I don't think he's upset. He's getting phased out.
Yeah, he wasn't good at. But do you all right? He should get ticked right away. I mean, he's third overall pick, obviously.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna come off the bench.
Yeah. But like you said, gonna run it back with PG. Okay, cool. I like this for the future for them. This is like a pick for like, let's see what this 3 is gonna do, and he could run next to Maxi. If
that's kind of why I asked the question. Like, do you think this means that Paul George should be gone soon? Now I'm not saying like trade him immediately. But like, do you think it's a possibility? Yep.
I think that's the actual plan. Like what Carl said, they're gonna get his core. They're gonna try to give it one more swing at it, and if it don't work out, we got our young pieces going forward, and maybe they can get something back for Paul George. You know, maybe a microphone and a boom. But we gonna see.
Chill out, bro.
All right. And pocket side the garden with the last team. Lost the Celtics.
They've been busy.
Man.
Busy. Traded Drew Holiday, traded away Kristaps Porzingis.
Heard they trying to get rid of James Brown. I mean, Jaylen
Brown.
My man, go ahead.
That's what he gonna be like when he get that trade code. Because I don't know
Nah,
where
that's
he
what gonna be
going.
like if he go to Utah. They said they about to send that brother to Utah. Please don't.
Oh, I see what. Nah, they can't do that to him. They can't
Hey,
do that.
that Utah would be nice.
They are, but they can't do that to him.
All right, so the Celtics, right? I ultimately gave the Celtics a B plus. I like their draft, but this would stop me from giving them an A. I might change it to an A minus. I don't know who Hugo Gonzalez is. I ain't gonna hold you. That's the only reason why it stopped me from getting an A minus. I think he's a guard from Spain.
Yep.
But I love their second round picks. I love Amari Williams from Kentucky. A big that can pass. He's athletic, block shots. He transferred from, I want to say, LaSalle to Kentucky this past season, but he's not going to be a guy that's going to be like a super scorer. Like he can put the ball in the basket, but he's really good defensively, and that's what I like. And like I say, he can pass the ball, so he can kick it out to your shooters. He was doing that at Kentucky, kicking out to Kobe Brea, Lamont Butler, Otega Owe, guys like that. And I love Max Sugar. I was going crazy that Max Sugar actually got drafted from VCU. He can shoot the ball as well. This is a Celtics pick to me, Max Sugar. Shoot the ball. He's not the greatest ball handler. I feel like he can score off the dribble at times. And I think if you want to say that's a weakness for him, I'm not mad at that. And at VCU, they play defense, and he's a very good defender as well. So he's a 3-and-D guy for the Celtics. So I love that pick. I'll go A minus. I won't let Hugo Gonzalez stop me from giving him an A
minus. Okay.
Yeah. So that was the picks that Carl's talking about is what they got in the trade with the Magic. When the Magic traded away the 4 second-round picks. The Celtics selected Amari Williams with number 46 overall and Max Sugar at number 57 overall. So those were the 2 picks that they got this year.
All right. Let's get it. And then Summer League starts July 5th.
Shoot. What's that? Is that Utah or is that Sacramento?
OKC, Memphis, Philly, and Utah.
No,
and those teams play each other the next day.
Saying the location.
Oh, where? It don't say on this one. Hold on, I got you. It is. Oh, it don't.
It's probably Utah. If Sacramento wasn't in.
Hold on, Joe. I got you. Just give me a second. I can figure it out.
I think they said Vegas start July 10th.
Yeah, that's July 10th. But those 4 teams are rotating each other for like 3 days.
Yeah, that's normally like a Utah or
it's probably in Utah or OKC. It's one of the 2 probably. Because both of them play at home.
I'll save I was gonna say something, but I'll save it for last week.
Summer League doesn't start till July 10th, not July.
No, that's Vegas, but they normally have like smaller ones before Vegas.
Because we hosted one.
Sacramento's hosted one, and Utah hosted one before too.
So it's probably in Utah.
Might be.
Yeah, so we get to see the Utah Youngins. I like that. Arthur Clayton and Ace.
Salt Lake City, Utah Summer League. Let's see.
Oh, okay. I mean, this is the only one.
July 5th, 7th, and 8th. It's Salt Lake. That's Utah.
Salt Lake?
Mm-hmm. It's Utah. You said Jazz, Memphis, OKC, 76ers, right?
Yeah.
Yep. This Utah.
All right. Well, just like
I be in these Summer League trenches, bro. I be watching the Summer League like I'm.
Oh, you be in the trenches of the trenches. This is why we had you on for this episode to give your breakdown as far as the grades for each of the teams. Again, if you don't agree with the grades, become a member and we can talk about it in one of our chats. The link is below. If you agree with the grades, become a member. The link is below because we can talk about it there too as well. But we want to get to our last segment, and it's funny. It seems like Carl is always on when we're doing our lock 'em in. So we're going to keep it going.
I'm down right now.
Hey, this is when we're going to hashtag sock it to my pocket. Shout out to you again, Carl, for that. And we want to say, look, we know that we want to let you all know you need to bet responsibly, okay? We all have addictions, and we all find ways to deal with our addictions, but we need to do them responsibly. And we also want to let you know that with this addiction, that these are our opinions, so don't come cussing us out because we are a PG-13 show. Remember that. So with that being said, these are our opinions, and we're going to give you our picks for the games tomorrow or Sunday. So if you're watching this tonight, it's tomorrow or Sunday. If you're watching it today, It's later on. I mean, if you're watching this on Saturday, it's later on today or
It could be tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday.
or
Yo,
Monday.
I'm
Yep,
so
until the next
confused.
episode. I'm sorry, or the next episode.
To the next episode.
Yeah. So I'm going first because Tom, I don't want you to steal my pick. So you stole mine.
It hit though.
It did.
Both of them
Mine's
hit.
hit. Mine's hit
It
too.
did.
So it's cool. But Tomo, you saw what we did last night, right?
Hey,
You know where I'm going. I'm
Oh,
taking the
man.
Mystics. I'm taking the Mystics.
Yeah, handed it. What's in
Yes,
that?
sir. Minus 2.5 against the Dallas Wings.
Sounds like Dave got revenge against Tomo for stealing his pick last week.
he did though. That's why he said go first.
Exactly. I knew he was gonna go with the Mystics. I knew it.
Hey, they been hot, man. They been hot.
They beat Ace, right? Aces, right?
They beat the Aces and the Lynx,
Lynx.
bruh.
And
It pissed
the
me
Lynx.
off.
We're on a win streak right now. So you know who I'm about to be talking about tomorrow.
They be talking about the
Brittany
red-headed
Sykes.
princess. Red-headed princess. She been
Oh,
balling.
hey, no, Shakira Austin definitely been hooping.
Sure.
Hey, she played with Kyla Charles at University of Maryland.
She
I
might
just-
hit.
No, I don't like her anymore.
Okay,
Hey, man, what's your pick, man?
Forget Maryland. Not
They
Kyla
want-
Charles.
Why
Full
we about to kick
Maryland.
you off the show?
Yo,
Come
they
on,
don't,
Maryland.
That we
Yo.
accept it.
they don't have the lines for baseball tomorrow.
No, they don't got. They do have ESPN got some lines, but they don't got like what the minus and like 1.5 or plus 1.5 is. But I can help you out.
I'm probably I'm going to WNBA. All
You
right.
sure? No.
Hold up.
Oh, it's
I
only
might-
2 damn games. God damn.
I might be able to help
Go
you out.
Sunday.
Give me a
Go
second.
Sunday. It can be up until the Tuesday show.
Sunday
You don't
line's
have
not out for WNBA.
Yeah, nothing's out. What the world's
to-
going
You
on?
can go. You can do what I do. You can bet it on the money.
I'm about to
line.
say, I just say
All right.
I pick a picture and just automatically go there over. That's what I do.
All right, here we go. I'm going to do.
Joe, I got it right here. What baseball game you want?
Give me.
Oh, they definitely up.
What's the line with the Yankees and Athletics?
The Yankees minus 1.5.
Oh, give me that.
Clark Schmidt versus JP Sears.
Yeah.
Give me Yankees
No.
minus 1.5.
You can look at Sportsline. Sportsline is where I look at for like.
It's on FanDuel too. I don't know what Joe was looking at.
I'm on DraftKings. It's not showing up.
I don't know about Jackins.
Oh, you know what? I probably I know I have to log in. I never had to log in to look at the line. But
Am
yeah,
I next?
that's
Or
what I
Tom
got done.
next?
I was gonna say you can go next because I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need some props for that WNBA game since Dave want to pick the game. I'm gonna need some points off that game.
Hey, you
All
might
right.
want to put Kiki double, whatever that is.
So my prop ain't gonna be up yet. But as I always say, just take whatever the over is. Robbie Ray strikeouts versus the White Sox. Whatever that over is, take it.
The fact that it's the White Sox is why I had to laugh.
This is
Robbie Ray, bruh.
Let's see what we got here. Hold on.
Oh, I want to
like
say
that
one more
hat,
thing.
Tomo.
Thank
One
you.
more,
Thank you.
one more thing. I know I said I've lost
to
two
gift for y'all.
straight Lockermans, but the parlays he hit last night, so mess with me.
There you go. There you go.
Now, Tomo, you said you looking for a WNBA prop.
Yeah, go Mystics. I don't think they got it up here though. I try to bring it up.
Oh, if it's for tomorrow, it might not be. Right?
Yeah, so don't worry about it. I'm gonna do what I always do when we don't got no picks. I'm gonna go with the money line, and then I'm gonna change it I'm gonna change it in the chat once the actual point
Mystics
spread.
are minus 152.
No,
Nah,
Dave
Dave went with the game, so I'm gonna go.
I got the
go
game
with,
already.
yeah.
So you taking a spread then?
Hold up, big fella.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Golden State over the Storm.
I like that. I ain't gonna lie. I like that. Golden State, nice. And
Wait,
Seattle
wow.
been hot too. That's a good
That's
game.
on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
a,
You
that's
may
gonna
have
be a
this.
good
I don't know. You might have. Oh no, I think the Storm might be favored. Where's it at? Is it Golden State or is it in Seattle?
It's in Golden State.
Dang. You might have to take the spread. I don't know. We'll see.
Golden
Yeah.
State. Hey, I tell you one thing. Golden State like that. They've been balling
They
this
cut-
year,
They
and they got
Ariel.
the number one attendance in all the WNBA this year.
I think I think Kevin never got hurt. Any other parties that had it. But hey, you gotta take advantage of the opportunity.
They cut Ariel, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, they did. They waived her.
She can come on.
Yeah.
Shoot, I want somebody need to go get Cheyenne Sellers, man. I don't know how she's still a free agent. I think that's still crazy.
We'll see.
Oh, that's shorty that just came out of college, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they say she had like character issues or something like that?
Nah, I don't remember.
It was a reason why she dropped. I just don't remember the reason. Because she was supposed to get drafted. Didn't she go like undrafted?
Nah. You talking about somebody else? No. I know who you talking about. You talking about the girl that played at she was at Iowa or something like that. No, she played at TCU with Haley Van Lith. I know who you talking about.
Yeah, I think she played.
Nah, she deserved to be undrafted. She had more than just character issues. She had like domestic violence issues.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's
She's putting her hands on people. Hey, let's get out of here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, let's get out of here. All right, my last words.
We don't condone that, by the way. We want to let y'all know that.
We don't.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole R2 network. Shout out to the whole R2 family. Shout out to Lambo Anlo on the intro. Shout out to Erhan on the logo. But great show. It's real quick. Shout out to my boy Carl with the grades. PC, the R2L show. We appreciate that. But Kings, man, Carl said he liked your pick. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna tune into Summer League and see how my boy looks. But right now, I'm thinking about football. I'm thinking about football. And finally, I can go to the season with some high hopes. With some high hopes. You know, Carl, Super Bowl contender. Dave, Super Bowl contender. Tomo, y'all too. Apparently, that's what they saying. You know, so there are 4 good teams up here for this year. For the first time in all to our history, all 4 of our teams be good at the same time. Can that happen this year? Can it happen? Who's gonna be the weak link? Who's gonna not pull up when they in? I know we're gonna hold one our end though. So I catch y'all in the playoffs. Hopefully, I'm assuming we all will get there. I catch y'all in the playoffs. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and answer this question that was here earlier. That's gonna be my last words. What should we expect this upcoming season as far as Jovic's role on the team? What have you seen before? I don't see it changing. Miami has made. I don't understand how they can make someone untouchable when they barely play them.
Yo,
who else is untouchable? I saw like 3-4 people.
It was just Jovic and Jovic and Khalil Ware.
Tyler Hero not untouchable?
I mean, of course, Tyler Hero and Bam are untouchable. It was more so they were talking about the young players.
Oh,
okay. The only young players that they said are untouchable are Jovic and Khalil Ware. I don't understand why Jovic is untouchable because he hasn't been great. He's shown glimpses that he can be good. So I don't know. But I will say this though. I understand not giving up too much for KD though. I was upset at first because I felt like we could have offered them a better deal than what we gave them. But I understand. I understand a lot more because the way that Dwayne Wade explained it. If you're in the Miami Heat chat, just go look at the video I sent in there. You'll understand what I'm saying.
Go ahead, Carl.
My last words is bring back Orlando Summer League. That was, I loved it. I remember watching Dwight Bikes play for, I believe, Toronto and earn himself a spot on the team because that's how great he was playing in the Orlando Summer League. So please bring back Orlando Summer League. I remember watching Jacob Young. I remember watching Miles Turner. I just love the Orlando Summer League. So bring that back. Secondly, thank y'all for having me on the show. As always, I appreciate it. Hopefully, you learned something new about a player on your team. If you did not learn anything new. Next, I would like to say that my Tigers are down 2-0 right now. I'm not feeling that, but we got to come back. We could come back. We play the Nats next Tuesday, so that should be fun. I expect everybody in attendance.
Yeah.
But y'all dug school ball. Y'all did dug school ball. So y'all can thank y'all, when you pray at night, just give them an extra thank you for that. I ain't gonna talk about the Ravens, man. I just can't wait for football. So that's there. Lastly, I want to say this. Thomas Castellanos, you are a madman right now. I don't know what you've been on in Florida State, but you tripping. You tripping for sure. You wrecked the ACC by yourself the last 2 years at Boston College. Sir, I think you lost your job to James Gray or something like that. The transfer from FIU last year. You weren't playing particularly well last year. And then, like, that's just a slap in the face to your teammates that you had.
Crazy.
Then you going at Bama. I understand you play Bama week 1. But, bruh, why are you giving Bama extra motivation? Do you not realize you were 2-10 last year? Not you, because you weren't on the team. But Florida State were 2-10 last year. You have a lot to prove. Mike Norvell has a lot to prove. Without a Jordan Travis at quarterback, his record has stunk. So
shout out to JT.
I don't know. I don't know what's gotten into him at Florida State, but it sounded like Florida State last year, and they went 2-10. So, but previews coming soon though.
Can't wait.
Hope they get smoked again.
So whatever they on in Florida State, they must have sprinkled a little bit on unfazed because they did their top 10 quarterbacks. So if you thought let you skate,
Tomo said, I'm bringing it to the show.
Yes, sir. I seen that list. I said, you know what? It said entering the season, so I'm gonna let them rock out. But CJ Stroud at number 10, when you sat up here and said you're not gonna put Dak up there because he was playing poorly before he even got hurt. CJ Stroud was bad all year. Entering the season.
Go ahead. Uh-huh.
Top 10 entering the season. So you already know what Dak Prescott capable of if he played a full season. Yeah. He may have looked bad in those 4 or 5 games, but I'm just saying, Joe, it wouldn't have looked like CJ Stroud season. They talking about sophomore slump. They even got you saying your man not gonna be him. I don't even know why you would have him at 10. But I just wanted to throw that out there. I appreciate you guys for doing that top 10. Make sure y'all tap in. And one more thing. All the new viewers, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And, hey, become a member so you can join these Instagram chats so you can hear our backstories and our inside jokes and everything like that. And also just join the family, man. It's one big happy family over here. And we got the 3 tiers. And I just want to say shout out to the All-Star members for my brothers jump in and say their piece on it as well. So shout out to the Superstar members, Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Cardo, Coach Coombs, Javon, Lamar, Giovanni, Chris, Decorius, Mike, Taniqua, Tone, and Mike again. And for the new viewers, we want to see y'all on that list as well.
Hey, for the new viewers, I know where y'all came from. Y'all came from the other NBA chat that I randomly got added to. Become a Superstar member. That's all I'm saying. You get the best access if you're a Superstar member. Do it, because the way that they was acting in the VIP chat today, you want to be a VIP member. Trust me.
I missed that. I saw they was.
I did too. I missed it. I missed it a lot lately. Jeez, I got tagged and all that. I gotta see what I got tagged. What?
I still got catch up. I ain't need catch up all the way. I still got catch up.
Back,
they was going
crazy. Too late. It's over with.
And we have our tour day August 9th. Location is still to be determined. But we are close to it.
It will be in the DMV area though.
Yeah. So August 9th, for your schedules up for that. But that's all we have for y'all today. And we'll see y'all Friday in the next episode.
Friday? It's Friday today, Justin.
Tuesday.
That's all we have for y'all today.
He doing the show like Debo run them routes.
Exactly.
Hey, hold on. South Carolina. You can't do that.
He in the NFL now.
Next episode.
You took offense with Mobile.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.